Hello everyone, this is Matt with Prepare Now, and today we're discussing type 1 diabetes in emergency. I know this is something very close to my heart. I'm sorry, I got two German Shepherds that wanted to play with me right now. Silly dogs. My wife has type 1 diabetes, and this is kind of something that brought me to prepping, is that I knew that without her insulin pump running, she would die. So this brought me to that kind of understanding that our society is built basically on sticks. It's very delicate. And so that's why it brought me to this. So my current setup is I have a off-road off-road fridge that I spent about $400 on sale, that uses a compressor and it's made to run nonstop. I have 400 watts movable solar panels that are rigid, so they can be outside 24/7. And then I have a EcoFlow Delta Pro that I use to regulate that. And with that wattage, with the solar, I can run indefinitely, keep insulin cold. Depending on where you're located, you may need more or less solar panels. And I'll have links to all of these supplies below. I don't get any kickbacks. This is just a share from one person to another. But all the things that I purchased can be used for multiple things. The fridge itself is about the size of a large suitcase. So you can put other things to keep it cold. You can, if you want to keep milk cold, you want to keep ice water because occasionally you want something nice. Or you want to go camping with it, use it for that. It's not going to go bad. So on top of that, like everybody else that normally prepares for things, I have syringes, I have needles. We rotate our stock of insulin, always have 6 months supply on hand. Also, we max out our cartridges and keep her pump up to date. Honestly, unless you have a ton of financial money, this is about as good as you're gonna get. And, a lot of people are very worried, especially if you have medical conditions, whether it be blood pressure, insulin dependent, or let's say sleep apnea issues. All these things that you need outside help to survive in a lot of ways if it gets that way. So the biggest thing I can find is just find what it needs to be to make sure the medication keeps good. On average, insulin lasts about 27-28 days depending on your brand outside the fridge. But with that setup that I have, it costs about $2,000. Probably could get cheaper, probably could get more robust system. I can keep insulin going indefinitely. And with her, we've talked about it. With her pump supplies, we keep everything about 6 months. She could extend that 6 months to about 8 to 10 months. And, to be realistic, we are doing the best we can with what kind of financially and what would likely happen. If there is an event that literally puts us back for years, a lot of people are going to die off way before 9 months because of water diseases and food diseases and illnesses and stuff like that. So let's kind of be realistic. Let's keep, we thought 6 months was a good amount of time, that if we could not find more source, we could go to another location or move to another location to find more insulin. But if it's not there, it's not there. Just like if we go to a situation, there's no water, there's no water. You just have to understand that certain things you have to live with. But if you have any questions about the equipment, I don't get any kickback, but I'm gonna list it all down below. Basically, we just figured out how much wattage, everything to keep that insulin cold. And then we have a go bag with all the extra supplies. So if her pump goes down, she has needles, she has alcohol, she has all that stuff. Extra measuring devices, all of it's kept in an EMP resistant bag. We know the pump, if there was something bad, would probably spark off. That's why we have all the extra needles, and we have her old pump all protected inside the EMP resistant bag. And we feel that that pretty much covers it for at least 6 months. I hope you guys find this useful. If you have any other ways that you guys are taking care of your type 1 diabetes or diabetes in general, or preparing for it, please let me know in the comments below. Please also subscribe if you haven't. I want to keep on sharing all this information, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.